Hi, I'm Dr. Tanecia Blue. I am the Diversity and Inclusion Officer for Division 38. In the capacity of Diversity and Inclusion Officer, one thing that we've discovered is that in reviewing some of the research that's out there, folks are doing some things that are not good as it relates to health equity and researching in health-related research. So we developed some tips, 5 tips for improving equity in health-related research. At the end, I'm going to tell you to stay tuned for a different video that will address health equity in general. Okay, so tip number 1, just remember, gender is not a binary variable. So many times folks want to ask, are you male, female, man, woman? That's not, we're not doing that anymore. Gender is not a binary variable. Give people different options for what to choose when they are participants in your research. Tip number 2, couples and romantic partner research should include more than just male-female dyads. Unless for some reason the point of your research is to study only male-female dyads, consider talking about the many different kinds of couples that are out there. And so when you ask couples about their status, then you can ask, are they male, female, male, male, the other different types of dyads. But remember to ask and include that when you report that in your data. Tip number 3, capitalization of race and ethnicity should be consistent throughout. It's not okay to capitalize one group of people and then leave another group of people or other groups of people lowercase. This should be pretty simple, but we've seen this happen in research that's recently been submitted. Tip number 4, racial categories should allow for more than one choice. I'll spend a little bit of time on this one. So nowadays, folks are self-identifying with many different racial categories. So even if you see someone and you might say to yourself, oh, that person visually looks like this, they themselves may self-identify with a different racial category or multiple racial categories that you yourself would not say from a visual perspective. But allow for different racial categories. This helps our research become richer and more diverse in general, and we can have greater explanations and understandings of different kinds of things that are impacting people. Tip number 5, do not use white and Caucasian as the default. And what we mean by that is many times we'll see someone's research and it'll say, here are the racial categories. And when you see the racial categories, it'll say maybe 53% white and nothing else. And so you want to give them a richer, a broader understanding of how your research looks. And then especially because, again, that primes folks to think that the white people in that particular research are really the ones that matter. And so we don't want to do that. I hope that these tips can help improve the way you look at mainly the demographic variables in your research. And of course, we want to encourage folks to think more broadly and general in the way they consider what's happening with gender, race, ethnicity, couples, many different things, but demographics and the way people look at demographics and changing the perspective. That's our goal here with this video. Stay tuned. We are going to do another video, and the video will focus more on how to engage in research focused on health equity. Thanks.